opening this week, and it's a movie that I'm definitely going to buy. Natasha, tell us about it.
Everybody Wants Some is set in the world of 1980 college life in Texas, where a college freshman, played by Blake Jenner, meets his new baseball teammates, played by Will Brittain and Ryan Guzman, who are an unruly group of disco-dancing, skirt-chasing partiers. This spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused follows the group of friends as they navigate their way through the freedoms and responsibilities of unsupervised adulthood. The movie is written and directed by Richard Linklater.
Oh, man, I am so ready for this movie. And yes, a lot of it is because of the title and the source material and the fact that it is based on a Van Halen song. You could have taken a lot of Van Halen songs and named them after a pretty kick-ass movie. This was the right one if you're talking about the spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused, which was such a great comedy, a little bit of drama in there, coming-of-age tale. This one, it looks a lot like it could be Animal House mixed with, I'm sure it's Richard Linklater. I'm sure there's going to be more serious moments in here somewhere between a character, but it just looks like a really fun movie. And that's everything I want if you name your movie after a song from the greatest party band of all time. Christian, we're seeing it tonight. You're probably not as excited as me because I don't think anybody else could be, but you're jacked, right?
I'll be excited by the end of it because I'm probably going to have to chug 87 beers. We have a bet going on Schmoes that every time there's a Van Halen song played in a movie, watch Schmoes and you'll find out what happens. But but no, I am. The first teaser trailer that I saw a while ago was not impressed at all. I thought it looked really campy, cheesy, tried to be a mimic of Dazed and Confused and didn't hit any of the marks at all. And then this last trailer was the complete opposite. Got me on board and looked way more like the movie I knew in Dazed and Confused. I know it's not a sequel, it's a kind of brother or sister or cousin to the movie, and it's a movie that Linklater wrote like right after Dazed and Confused, and a story that he wanted to tell. So I love Dazed and Confused. I think it's a great film. It's a movie that I thought captured adolescence in such a pure way that I'm hoping that this does the same. His use of soundtracks in movies in general have been incredible. So I can only imagine what this one's going to be like. So I am looking forward to this, and it's a nice switch and a change from all, because we're going to get into all the big budgets superhero movies. We just came off Batman v Superman. Now we're going to go into some more, go into the summer, and I'm ready for those. But I'd like a little bit of a switch right now, prepping me, a little appetizer before we get into the summer season.
Schnapp, you taking whiskey to this party, or is it going to get lost in the jet stream?
Hey, I'm buying it no matter what. I love Dazed and Confused as well. I just saw it like a couple weeks ago for I don't even know how many times I've seen that film. It's such a great love letter to the 70s, and it feels like this is going to be a love letter to the 80s. And you're right, the first trailer they released, I was like, I didn't even know it was a Linklater film. I was like, what's this weird film? And then the second trailer, I think they realized was like, look, why not just say what it is? It is like the sequel or the unofficial sequel to Dazed and Confused. It's 10 years later, and it's Everybody Wants Some. Obviously, it's gonna have a great soundtrack. Feels like all the things that I did in the 80s we're gonna see in this movie. So I'm very excited to experience it through Richard Linklater's lens. I buy it.
Fun game how the chat room starts to mirror a frat house when you're talking about a movie like Everybody Wants Some. You guys out there, if you're watching us live or you're watching us after on YouTube, comment right now. What is the best college party movie of all time? Is it Animal House? Is it something like Revenge of the Nerds? Old School does count, by the way, because it technically takes place on a college campus. Let us know your picks and if you're interested for Everybody Wants Some.